Hi guys. I really didn't sleep all night last night, so stayed awake all night. It's interesting because Hugo was telling people that I got arrested. I didn't get arrested. No police arrested Lisa. No police arrest Lisa. They could not arrest Hugo or me because neither one is in the right or the wrong, because they don't have enough evidence or facts to tell what's been going on. Who the primary caregiver is. I've always been Anna's primary caregiver. Made all her appointments, take all her appointments, emails, bookings, run for all her medical stuff. Always tried to make sure everything was on top of everything. Talk with the staff, see what we got to fix, what we got to change, those kinds of things. As you get degraded daily, though. And I want to say one more thing, as Hugo kindly has someone that says that, his cousin Tina tell me that I have issues. Yeah, Tina, I have issues. And Hugo knows that. I came from a long haul of abuse and mental health, and yes, and he used that against me. Very well played, Hugo. And I went publicly because I know what he was going to do. He told me he had everyone in his pocket, and that if I tried to leave him, I'm going to get a good big surprise. And I did. So I have nothing else to lose when I go public because I knew what he was doing. And he started all this, and it's funny because I literally started leaving him. I literally finally got the bravery to say it's over, to say no more sexual contact. I don't want to be with him anymore. Not unless he can start showing me that he can change and that he can show us that the family matters, that we really, truly matter. And that we're important enough that we can save the house, pay our bills, clean the house up, put stuff into storage nicely, so then we can sort it out and see what's good or bad. But every day it's a fight. Every day I get called names. My son was being called useless daily. I get waken up all hours of the night, being yelled at, told to order coffee 6 a.m. Before, I was not allowed to sleep past 8 o'clock because then he'd be yelling at me. Now it's 6 a.m. that he's yelling at me. What time is it? First thing. And then order coffee. And then I'm like, okay, well, not just because I go, oh, I'm a little tired. He starts yelling at me, well, I want my coffee. Okay. So I'm sitting there blurry-eyed, tired, headaches, because he can't sleep all night, so he's yelling at me. And then I asked him to make himself another room, a spare room, and please, can we separate that way so that we could try to work things out for Anna? He started the room, and then he took the big white dresser and blocked the door from it. And then we left it. Wouldn't go in there. And I said, we need to move, we can't do together. But anyways, Tina, thank you for supporting Hugo, by the way, finally. Because that's one thing that I get yelled at about all the time, because his family never came to Caleb's funeral, never called him, never was there for Anna, never came and met Anna, never visited Anna, never took time to call him or talk to him and be there for him. I get yelled at, by the way, for that too. But let's pretend that doesn't happen, because I got issues. I got issues because you have an abusive cousin. Abusive cousin. A narcissist, abusive cousin. And you guys can laugh all you want. All of you can laugh all you want. But he put you all down. Eric, Charlie, everybody. I'm not sure who or which one it is in the story, and I shouldn't even be telling the story. He blames for their father dying because of their drug issues. And that they're the reason he died, because of the stress. Constantly I have to hear that. How he was a good man, but he would never, and then the other one, he would never approve of what he's doing right now. and on and on and on, and making horrible remarks about Nelson. I mean, nasty comments about Nelson all the time. Yeah. And that you guys are nothing to him because none of you ever cared. And none of you even know him or even been there. And all you did was talk a little bit of English here and there, which he told me he never did before. Yeah. And he said he just spoke, he watched you guys all play and you guys all be treated nicely and then everybody ignore him. And he was never a part really of the family. But yeah, okay. Anyways, you go. You won. You got what you wanted. You told me you've had everybody in your back pocket for a long time. I'm exhausted, so I'm not going to be fighting for this. In all reality, I just give up. I love my daughters with all my heart and soul, and it has killed me that we can't go anywhere for a walk like we used to. We can't. Every time I ask, can we take Anna out? Can we just go outside? Can we just take her out on the deck? Can we get a little hot tub for her? He wrecks and destroys everything that can be positive. I got in a hot tub and the family in hopes we can get her in there and get her moving and exercised. He trashed it. He let the dog jump in there and he watched her dig a hole in it. And he said, oh, well, we're not using it anymore anyway. No, but we planned to put it in the house so Anna could try to actually get into water and have the water therapy she deserves. And I try to go out anywhere, even when times I tried to buy my son pants, I'd get yelled at. And then my sister come up to my face and said the abuser became the abuser. No, the abuser didn't see what happens when you get abused. You don't know what to do when you become, in this world, I'm a medical mom with high medical need child. No income, nothing. And not to mention, how financially we've had to survive. Because we've had no other way, because Hugo has no income. I have no income. Where's the money coming from? I just got child tax because Hugo refused to do his taxes for 2 years. So I couldn't do my taxes and get child tax for the girls, medications, needs, finances of living. And I've been fighting for that too. Been fighting to get our van registered. I finally paid all the tickets almost, and then finally he went to go get the van registered because he has to, because he needs a van or he needs his license and everything, which he's illegally driving around too, by the way, disability van without registration and without a driver's license. And if he chooses to smash somebody's back end, he will, because he has that right, and he can, he says. So, allow him to teach that to my daughter. And I pray to God that Hope grows up very well respected. And she'll understand to learn the difference from right and wrong. I really wish, the greatest wish I ever had was to grow up and have this big, beautiful, happy family. Lots of kids, all that stuff. But then when somebody's holding their children from your children and they can't grow up knowing their siblings at all, it hurts. It hurts when you're finally succeeding in something and their ex says, I don't like it, and he sides with her and makes you stop. When you try to go to school and try to finish your paralegal, and you're running off to the LRT, Go up to the stollery, leave at least midnight, 1 o'clock, no time to study because you've been doing all the care while he's at home watching TV, drinking Captain Morgan. And then when you come home and you try to study, it has to be right there beside you and all over you and flipping your pages. And can't even leave you in a room to study. Can't even let your mind just think or settle. It's always like this. You're going like this. Your body's always in tremors. You're always in tremors. Convinced everybody 3 months after a brain bleed that I'm not the same person and that I've had like split personality disorder and everything else. But no, it's because I had wanted to been trying to leave him for a long time. I had been working on trying to get the bills paid, try to put some money aside. Every time I put money aside, he figured it out and it was gone. Anything I saved, my rings pawned off. My engagement ring I was supposed to give to my son, I had to pawn off. I had all those things for years. I had my own home once. My own mortgage. I did good. My son and I went camping and did things. And even before that, yes, I was loud advocating for Anna's life. Because people don't believe in us and me, and I get that there's going to be people that don't believe in it at that time. I did. And I believed in my daughter. And I believed that she could have a good quality of life. And when I try to ask my partner to pay a bill, can you call the mortgage company? Because literally I'm getting emails every day from their lawyer about the foreclosure, and you have the money now, or you have had the money, or you have had. Can you please work something with the bank? And he ignores me. Hugo, can you please see if we can find somebody who knows how to fix our pipe? Fix it? I get yelled at because I'm causing trouble. Every time I try to talk about anything like that. But he vacuums about 50 times a day. All day long he'll vacuum and then tell everybody he cleaned the house all day. And he'll do maybe a sink load of dishes. And then when I try to do the dishes, no, get out of here, and I'm going to do them, and go. And I know, because as the sunlight burns my hands. But so I guess I found out Hugo's plan. And it's okay. It's like he took all my nightmares. Everything my parents called each other, he would call me daily. And he never did before, until I told him. Because I had trust in him. Talked about what I went through. But when a man shoves his head and his big nose across you and tells you he can do what he wants and nobody is going to stop him, that's true. Look what just happened. And thank you, Tina, for the one person who's never met my daughter, my family, never took time to consider calling Hugo when his son passed away, but I hear about it. And I hear about how horrible your two cousins, Eric and Charlie, were to their father daily on a regular basis. And how the other one's father would never accept, I get yelled at for all that stuff. And constant remarks about how one uncle turned the other one into another thing and blah, blah, blah. And the other dad, and oh my God, I have to hear it daily. I shouldn't have to, and neither should my kids. None of it. And maybe, Tina, you need to wake up on the reality that you're defending Hugo because he's family, because you don't know me from a hole in the ground, and yes, because I went out publicly, because I knew what was going to happen to me, because he told me what he already was doing. He called the social worker. He's told me that nobody's ever going to believe me. And he told my nurse, who said, "Yeah, Lisa, no, I can't report it because then I will end up in medical foster. And she'll die, you know that." And he'd go see, and he pointed to her. What do I have to worry about? My nurse never spoke up for me because she's afraid of that reason. And my daughter didn't stand up for herself either. She lied for a situation I ended up having to protect her over. But that's okay. And there's always a Tina in every family for some reason. Be nice for once if there wasn't. God, they always seem to be so evil. They never seem to ration, or they'll just blurt out whatever they want without even knowing a whole actual reality of the story. And to say that I have issues, yeah, I have issues because I've been abused for 15 years. I've been put down, being told I'm pathetic daily. Nobody's ever going to want me. Go ahead and pop your pills. And now he goes on YouTube. Take the pills, bro. Mocking me. Because I had OD'd at 15. And the reason why I wanted to commit suicide in February is because I have him. The cruelty, him slapping me in front of the nurse, and then we lost our nurse. She quit. She's like, "Oh my God." And then she goes, "Lisa, are you okay?" And I should have told her, no, I wasn't. And I didn't tell her that. I said, no, I'm okay, because I needed to be strong for Anna. I needed to make sure Anna was medically okay between either me or Hugo. Well, you want Hugo? I would just want to make sure. You can move her limbs because she needs exercise for circulation daily. Stop leaving her alone when you go outside for smoking because she can plug and die right there without anyone. But yet he'll make hopes that they're all day. So we're all in jail, in the cycle of jail. We have to watch the dogs, let them in and out. We can't go anywhere. He can go wherever he wants, though, because we have to watch the dogs, and I have to watch Anna. I sit with Anna every day for 14 years, and I got to go to Jasper once and got to go to his Christmas party once, but he got to always go hunting, take the kids wherever he wanted. When I tried to go, it was a fight. Why do you think there's so many hunting pictures? My nanny quit because of the yelling. Anyways, I went crazy after my brain bleed. That's a good story, Hugo. All I gotta say, Hugo, is you got what you wanted. Congratulations. You lived up to what you said you would. And you hurt my girls over it. You've hurt me. Degraded me in front of them so badly, so many times. And then the messages daily, nonstop for years with your ex. Not the one mother of your children. Oh no. And the day I went into hospital because you convinced me I needed to go when I was like doing better because I'm suicidal. And I was really actually starting to do better. I was like doing things around the house and starting to have energy, and I was smiling. I thought he was crazy at first. But I went to the hospital anyway because it gave me a break. What I thought it did, but it didn't. I thought I'd get the supports and the help, and I didn't. And of course, right away when he made the mess with my psychiatrist and left when they called security, I was the one standing there. He left as the moment they said security, and he jolted and he let them tackle me. And my psychiatrist said, I'm sorry that we did that to you, but do you know why we did that to you? And I was like, well, because Hugo was yelling at you. And she goes, and you paid the price, like pretty much. And I don't know if she said, you paid the price or I paid the prices. And she said, but pretty much along that line. And I said, and I ended up paying the price. And she goes, well, I'm sorry, but can we move forward from that? Because a lot of traumas came out of that through my therapy. But anyways, Hugo, I don't have the energy because you sucked it out of me. I'm not going to fight for my kids. You have everybody around you believing everything. And yes, I'm on edge. And yes, I don't have good balance since my brain bleeds. So I don't have the perfect standing balance. So, I feel like I got tremors in my body all the time because of what he did. And now he succeeded in what he told me he would accomplish. If I left him, and he said, you'll see what kind of mess you're gonna make, he said, if you do. You sure let me see it, Hugo. Thank you. And thank you to my sister, who's never there enough to understand, just, manipulates what my kids need to say and do, and puts these thoughts into their head and makes life look good around them. She never once sat down and said, Lisa, can you and your son come and talk to me so I can see what's going on, so I can ask you what's going on? Not once. That will make a lot of assumptions. Anyways, you guys enjoy the finances, but take care of my kids.